In this video, I would like to show you a website I am working on that will help you to generate recipes that satisfy most of your nutritional needs in one meal. This can be useful if you want to avoid having to think about individual nutrients and instead get them all at once. No more wondering if you're getting enough iron, or potassium, or any of dozens of other nutrients that you may not even have heard of. To generate a recipe, all you have to do is select which foods that you enjoy from this list. So I'm going to come through here and I'm going to say I don't like lima beans or margarine. And then just click Generate Recipe. So the 3 most nutritious recipes, or the 3 that meet your criteria the best, will appear here below with the foods that you should eat and in what amounts in this section. And then below that, how much of each nutrient that food provides. And you might have noticed that there was some change that was happening as I was speaking. That's because the website is generating new recipes as I'm speaking. It'll do that for just a couple of minutes, and usually it finds all the recipes it's going to find fairly early on. You saw a couple more changes here. But it'll settle down and it'll stop finding better recipes. So each time it changes, that represents a better recipe being found. And this is the nutrition that you would get from eating one of these meals. 227 grams, you would get this from that meal. 253 for this recipe. There is some more advanced configuration you can do with the genders to ensure that each of the nutrients is customized for your gender. Iron and calories and various other options change as a result of the gender choice. Then there's the recipe complexity. If you don't want to spend a lot of time preparing your meal, you can increase this number and result in fewer ingredients. And the algorithm will try its best to find the healthiest meal that it can with the reduced number of ingredients. And then there's the recipe grams. If you increase this number, then the number of grams in the resulting recipe, you can see this one is 241, that number would go down. But maybe you want a recipe that has a lot of grams in it because you want to snack on it throughout the day or keep your stomach full without eating a lot of calories. In that case, you can reduce this number and the resulting recipe will have more grams in it. Keeping in mind, though, that the more constraints you place on the generated meal, the less nutritious it is likely to be. Next, let's take a look at the nutrient settings section. And here you could customize the range you want for each of the nutrients. Say you're looking to lose weight. You can reduce the calories field. If you want a keto recipe, you might reduce the carbohydrates field. Maybe you have an iron deficiency or are concerned about having an iron deficiency. There's the iron field. You can increase that number. And of course, if you do increase the amount of iron in this field, then when you click Generate Recipes, it'll generate a recipe that will provide more iron in your diet. You can see here this recipe that was generated previously, each meal is getting 72% of your daily recommended iron. So that's actually pretty good already. And keeping in mind that these are daily recommended amounts, so moving these numbers around could potentially result in less nutritious recipes. Alright, that's it for this video. Upcoming videos will include the creation of a new recipe. I just did something brief here, but we'll get a little bit more into it. And then another video where I'll take a recipe that I found online and I'll optimize it a little bit to make it more nutritious than the original. Thanks.